this information just tickles my little psychologist heart. So most of you, I would think, grew up, if you took any psychology classes or if you read self-help books, learning about 5 stages of change. Well, I'm going to tell you that there's a 6th, and the best news about this 6th is it means you are not a failure, that you have not failed, that you are not failing. So let me go into it. So the 5 stages of change that you might have heard: pre-contemplation, where you are not even thinking about it, it won't even happen. I agree with you, that's a weird one. It really probably means that someone is telling you, like, you need to start doing something or stop doing something, and you don't think so. So that's pre-contemplation. That one's funny. So there's then. Now you're thinking about it. You're weighing the pros and cons of it. Should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? Be good about doing it. Next, preparation. That's where you start planning to do it. So now you have to do it. You're going to start planning to do it. And that's pretty simple, right? Like maybe you've decided to start going for a walk after dinner a few nights a week, and so you're deciding, or you decide to start exercising, and then your implementation plan would be go for a 20-minute walk 4 nights a week after dinner. Great, that's your plan. The action is then doing that plan. Then you get to maintenance, and you can see that, maintenance obviously is that you're going to continue doing what you said you were going to do. You can see it's very hierarchical. It just goes one after another, and that's why they call it the stages. I'm going to call it now with the 6th one levels, but I don't even think that's right because they are going to come and go. We're going to talk about that. So the 6th is relapse. Yes, friends. It's so massively common for people not to be able to stay through maintenance and to go back to some other stage, that they've added a stage, which is brilliant because actually, I don't think anyone ever does it. They came with a stat of 99+%. So everyone relapses basically. The idea, it's really neat. So a relapse is that you were doing something and now you're not. It's simple, but we take it, or a lot of people take it, as a personal failure. They had the idea that they were going to do it, and there's this perfectionistic fantasy. I really need to do a video on how perfectionism actually makes you less productive, less happy. Okay, so there's this perfectionistic fantasy that you are going to make a plan, it's all going to go perfectly, and you're going to stick with it forever. This just simply doesn't happen because, I don't normally eat birthday cake, but guess what I eat on my birthday? Birthday cake. So if it was my plan to never eat birthday cake, well, fail, but no, it's not a failure. It's a decision, right? You made that decision that day. So let's go back to why relapse is completely not a failure. For one, you never, ever, ever go back to the beginning. So let's say we're actually in order, because you can at least think of them as a progression. You can never go back to pre-contemplative because you literally can never go back in your amount of knowledge. You now know that this action is something you decided to do and did it for some amount of time. So you can literally never go back to not knowing about that action or not having decided to do it. You can, however, return to contemplation. I happen to be in contemplation with something right now, and what I'm contemplating is not doing this behavior ever again. How about that? Just because I made a plan does not mean that I have to stick with it. I will tell you what it is. I decided that it would be really good for me to drink a greens drink every day, where it has 28 different vegetables and fruits in it. Oh, the amount of dread in my heart when it's time for me to drink this drink. Not only that, I hate it before, I hate it during because it tastes awful, and I hate it after because I feel so sick to my stomach and I might lose it. So I have returned. I went, yes, I will. I'm thinking about it. Okay, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm implementing the plan. I maintained it for 2 whole days before I went, no, I'm not doing this anymore, but I might. So I kept it. I kept it there like it was going to happen. And then finally, after 3 weeks of having only done it, I think 2 more times, I finally went, do I need to do this, or can I go right back to contemplating and weighing the pros and cons and seeing if it's worth my time? This is viable. You don't have to live with the choice that you made, okay? Now, let's say in the same thing, instead, I didn't have to go back to contemplation. What I could have gone back to is the preparation stage. Maybe what was the problem was the way I implemented it. So maybe 4 nights a week for going for a walk after dinner won't work because your kid has soccer and you can't do it. Well, can you walk at the soccer field so it's actually before dinner, for example? So you could actually go back to that. For me, it could be, maybe I implemented the wrong drink. Maybe I need to find a different vendor. I've actually already done this stage. That's why I'm way back at the other one now. I'm like, okay, now there's 3 types I've tried that I don't like. Anyway, you never go back to the beginning. You could also go back to the action stage and say, nope, I'm absolutely doing this, whatever it is. I fell off the wagon, whatever, and I'm going back to the action, and we'll get back to maintenance. Just remember, you will still relapse at some point. And here are reasons for the relapse. Your schedule gets messed up. You get sick. Someone you love gets sick. You go on vacation and you stop doing something. Maybe your thing is to put down your technology when you're with your family or with friends, like any social time. You're going to have no technology. But someone in your family end up hospitalized. Are you really not going to pick up your phone if some emergency happens? So just be aware. Relapse is just a word. All you did, make a choice to prioritize in a different way, or something about the implementation didn't work out well. And it's super normal and it's super fine. So relapse, the 6th level of change. That is the most humanizing level of all. I hope this helps. Take care.